Bismillah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar. Today we want to continue again with chapter 27. As we saw that the Solomon have realized that the lady or the queen of Sheba, she is not a believer, and he have sent her the letter with the bird to tell her. We don't have the whole content of the letter, but we have a few things from that letter. Innahu min Sulaiman. The first thing the lady said is, this is letter coming from the King Solomon. And it looks like Solomon was really famous all over the place. So she knows him. So because she didn't say this guy whose name was, no, it is from Solomon. So he was well known at that time. وَإِنَّهُ بِسْمِ. And one of the things which she have paid attention to is the word Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And as we see this word, so we can say that all these messengers, since Adam, peace be upon him, until Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, they using the same beliefs, they using the same vocabulary, they using the same names. And the most important thing which she will attract a person, and that's why when we read the Quran, when we start the Quran, is the word Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, because we in these few words it encompass a lot of meanings. The whole Quran you can encompass that in this word Bismillah, in the name of Allah. And the whole book is talking about Allah. You know what Allah likes, what Allah dislikes. The whole book is talking about the messenger of Allah. The whole book is talking about how to worship Allah. The whole book is talking about what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants from you and wants from me on this earth, and what's going to happen. So, and then on the top of this, the word Rahman or Rahim is a word to make people, it's appealing message. People, to attract the people to the message of surrender. The message of Solomon, it's the same like the message of David, it's the same like the message of Moses, it's the same like the message of Muhammad, which is the same message of Jesus, which is surrender to the King of the heaven and earth, Allah, who's in control of everything. And on the top of this, He is the merciful. He is the one who's encompassed you with His mercy, with His love, with His compassion, with His givings, with His everything. That's what attracted her. That's why after this word, when she read that, she became a little humble. Ar-Rahman. So everything I have is from Allah. Everything I have, that's what the Queen of Sheba was thinking. You know, we remember before we said that when the birds saw them, he said they have everything. They got the soil, they got the plants, they got the palm trees, they got everything. So she realized that this is coming from the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the King of the heaven and earth, and that just a little bit softened her heart, because she realized now that what she's in is not because of her hard work, or it's not because of there is a specific or special. No, it's for the King of the heaven and earth. And one of the things you have to pay back. There's nothing. God doesn't give anything for free. One of the things He give you the health, He give you the wealth, He gives you the ability to talk, He's giving you the ability to see, ability to hear. All these abilities which we have, He wanted payback. He wanted, that we can summarize what Allah wants from us. One word: obedience. Obedience to Allah. When you obey Allah, when you do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks you to do, the way Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam have done it, that's called obedience. That's what when you receive more and more and more of His blessings, more and more and more of His mercy. And that's what the lady realized, and that's what attracted her. That's why Bismillah, the word Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. What is that? And she's a little bit, this is a word made, of course He explained in His letter, who's Allah and all these, all these things. Allah ta'law ala Allah. Allah ta'law alay. Here is the point. Here's a representative. Solomon is this messenger of Allah. He said, don't be arrogant. Don't be arrogant. Don't show ego towards me or arrogancy towards me, Because if you show arrogance or ego towards me, as if you're showing it towards Allah, because He's a representative of Allah. وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَالرَّسُولَ. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, He said, when you are obeying Allah, you have to obey His messenger. There is no, I'm going to obey Allah but not obeying my messenger. I'm going to do what Allah is asking me but not do the messenger what He asked me to do. It cannot work that way. The both have to come back to back, together. Then أَلَّا تَعْلَوْا عَلَيْهِ وَأْتُونِي مُسْلِمِينَ. So his main focus, number one, he understood that what can make the person, same thing with the chiefs of Moses, the people in the chiefs of the king, the Pharaoh, he has chiefs around him. They realized, as we discussed in the beginning of the surah, they understood that Islam is the truth. They understood that Moses is a messenger. And that's why they was telling him, oh, ask your Lord, ask your God to relieve the plagues. You know the 7 plagues? Yes, to relieve each one. So they understood that there is God, and their God, He's in control. But they still, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said that their heart was hardened. They have the heart from the arrogance. They don't want to submit. There's a lot of things they're gonna lose. So that dunya, this life, was more important for them. And this is the same question for this. That's why that's what Solomon, he came directly to the disease. He said, don't be arrogant. Don't make the love of this life, the love of your status, the love of your, being superior, make you blind, heart blind, and disobey the commandments, disobey Allah, disobey that message, and refuse to become a Muslim. In a nutshell, he said that. إِنَّهُ مِن سُلَيْمَانَ أَلَّا تَعْلَوْا عَلَيْهِ وَأْتُونِي مُسْلِمِينَ. His own as a messenger. Any messenger who have Allah sent, his main focus is to make people Muslims, submitters, obedient, surrenderers, to surrender to the King of the heavens. That's their own purpose, their main focus. They want people to become Muslims. Surrender to Allah. Islam means surrender. Islam means submission completely, unconditionally. And that was what his main thing. His main thing is not to increase his kingdom. His main thing wasn't to increase more wealth. Because he understood that Allah had given him more and more and more. And that's what we're going to see when she tried to bribe him or send him a gift. So his main purpose is for them to become a Muslim. For the whole earth to become a Muslim. That's what his focus. Then, this is a very smart leader. Because the stupid leader is the one who takes, first of all, a smart leader has to take a consultation from his surrounding circle. And that is what she did. But a lot of them, and we have to understand that a lot of the leaders, when they take consultation from the surrounding circle, the surrounding elites, the surrounding army chiefs, the surrounding ministers, sometimes and a lot of times because of their interests, a minister or a head of the department of whatever, secretary of this department, or whatever, or they want to stay, or they want to have whatever they got. They don't want to lose. They don't want to lose all these advantages. They don't want to lose all these privileges. So a lot of time, they don't give the king or the queen the right advice. And this is what's going to happen in this situation. What they said, when she asked him about it, they said, what? Aftuni, tell me, what should I do? Fi amri. I like for you to take before I make a decision, I want to ask you. I want to take your opinion. Then they're here because, like I said, the self-interest, their interest the privileges, all these kind of things they enjoy, the houses they enjoy, the money they enjoy, the gold they enjoy. Same thing like what happened here. What happened? After September 11, a guy like George W. Bush, with his stupidity, listens to probably the circle, because he cannot take these decisions without taking the opinion of the circle around him. What did he do? He went and destroyed thousands and millions of people's lives in Iraq, did so much destruction in that region. Until now, America is paying the price, and these countries are paying the price. But because of the wrong advice, he took the wrong advice and he acted upon the wrong advice and the wrong opinion. And that's what happened here. So here, she's very smart. So they're saying, oh, we are ulu ba's. We're like America saying in 2003, we are the strong. How these people did the September 11, we're going to go and crush Iraq, which Iraq has nothing to do with September 11, by the way. So they went, we're going to crush it. We are strong. Ulu ba'sin wa ulu quwwa. We have power and strength. Shadid, very. Wal amru ilayki. So they said, in a nutshell, don't submit to him. Don't submit to Solomon, and don't go and don't become a Muslim, because they're gonna lose their privileges. فَالْأَمْرُ إِلَيْكِ. So, but at the end of the day, they they cannot say, oh, you have to do that. No, but they said at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's your final decision. ماذا تأمرين؟ فانظري, this is your final decision. Then she understood. This is a smart leader who understands that he has to wait in and see what is going on. And she understood that if she let Solomon, or Solomon invaded her country, they will do a lot of destruction will happen. Her people will lose a lot of money. Their people will be homeless. The people will lose their homes. The people will lose their food. A lot of people will die. A lot of people will everybody. إِنَّ الْمُلُوكَ إِذَا دَخَلُوا قَرْيَةً أَفْسَدُوهَا. And then she's telling them in a nutshell, you think you are a leader. وَجَعَلُوا أَعِزَّةَ أَهْلِهَا أَذِلَّةً. You think you are a leader, you are enjoying your privileges? Wait, if he invaded you and he will make you as an army leaders or ministers, he will humiliate you. He will degrade you. He will humiliate you. You will be killed. You will be punished. You will be tortured. All kinds of things. So she understood that. So she's telling them in a nutshell that this is not going to prevent anything. You're afraid of losing your status. You're going to lose it anyway if he invaded us. So as a smart leader, she's taking the midway. Let me send him a gift, and let's see how he's going to react. We'll continue inshallah next time. قولوا قولي هذا استغفر الله لي ولكم.